Antarctica is warming rapidly, and the consequences could reshape our planet. Scientists studying the Antarctic Peninsula have now modeled both the best-case and worst-case climate futures. Their findings show just how serious the situation is, but also how much damage we can still prevent. Professor Bethan Davies of Newcastle University, lead author of the study published in Frontiers in Environmental Science, explains that the Antarctic Peninsula is a uniquely vulnerable region. According to the research, the future of this icy landscape depends entirely on the choices humanity makes today. If global emissions are kept low, and warming is limited to around 1.8 degrees Celsius above pre-industrial levels by 2100, the most catastrophic impacts could be avoided. But under medium-high emissions, with warming of 3.6 degrees, or very high emissions, reaching 4.4 degrees, the outlook becomes deeply concerning. The Antarctic Peninsula is not just remote wilderness. It is a major hub for research, tourism, and fishing, and one of the fastest warming regions on Earth. Professor Peter Convey from the British Antarctic Survey recalls spending over a year at Scenery Station in the South Orkney Islands. Over decades, returning scientists have observed clear environmental changes that are becoming impossible to ignore. Researchers examined 8 key components of the region's environment: marine ecosystems, land ecosystems, sea ice, land ice, ice shelves, the Southern Ocean, atmospheric systems, and extreme events such as heat waves. Earlier research modeled what a 1.5-degree world would mean. Now, as Professor Martin Siegert of the University of Exeter explains, scientists are confronting what happens if we exceed that threshold, and it is a frightening prospect. In higher emission scenarios, the Southern Ocean warms much faster. Warmer water erodes ice from below. Ice shelves weaken and may collapse. When that happens, glaciers accelerate into the sea, directly raising global sea levels. Under the most extreme scenario, sea ice could decline by up to 20%. That loss would devastate krill populations, tiny crustaceans that form the foundation of Antarctica's food web. Without krill, whales, seals, and penguins struggle to survive. Even predators that tolerate warmer temperatures cannot survive if their prey disappears. Scientists also warn that many species may migrate southward in search of colder habitats, but there is a limit to how far south life can move, and Antarctica's changes will not stay contained. Melting ice affects global sea levels. Ocean circulation shifts. Atmospheric patterns change. Extreme weather intensifies across the planet. Even researchers are feeling the impact. Infrastructure damage and dangerous conditions are making it harder to conduct fieldwork, limiting the data needed to improve climate predictions. At present, the world is tracking toward a medium to medium-high emissions pathway. But there is still a choice. In a low emissions future, ice loss would continue, but at a much slower pace. Winter sea ice would shrink only slightly. Glacier would remain largely recognizable. Supporting ice shelves would survive. Sea level rise from this region would be limited to just a few millimeters. Under higher emissions, however, the changes could become permanent, irreversible on any human timescale. Glaciers that disappear may not regrow for centuries. Wildlife populations may never recover. The message from scientists is clear: if we do not change course now, future generations will inherit the consequences. Antarctica may seem distant, but its future is directly connected to ours. What happens there shapes the world everywhere. Like, subscribe, and stay informed, because the future belongs to those who understand it.